Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your shortcut to getting really well informed on the big topics. And today we are definitely diving deep into something that affects every single one of us, every day. Water innovation. We've got a great stack of sources you send in, and our mission really is to cut through the noise and pull out the critical stuff about water in the 21st century. It's kind of a paradox, isn't it? Water seems endlessly renewable, but we're facing real scarcity.
It really is a story of renewal and, well, strain.
Yeah, exactly. The core tension is clear, water is renewable, the natural cycle keeps going. But our habits, our sheer numbers now, the pollution, it's all putting immense pressure on this system. We're talking, population more than tripling in the last century, industries that just guzzle water. I mean, data centers needing rivers for cooling. It's hard to grasp.
It's mind-boggling, the scale of it.
Right. And then rising sea levels messing with fresh water. New pollutants like microplastics, these forever chemicals. Our old systems just weren't built for this stuff.
Okay, let's unpack this. So we start with this basic idea. Water is infinite but finite. How does that actually play out for us?
Well, it's the central puzzle. The total amount of water on Earth doesn't really change. It cycles. But usable fresh water, that's only about 2.5% of the total. And most of that is frozen in glaciers or deep underground.
Right. So not exactly easy to tap into.
Not at all. So the problem isn't water vanishing. It's that clean, usable fresh water is harder and harder to come by because of pollution, overuse, and frankly, really poor distribution.
Yeah.
For billions of people, clean water feels incredibly finite, even while the rain keeps falling.
And the demand side. Just huge. Population growth means more food needed, more energy.
And vastly more clean water for everything.
Yeah, and those data centers you mentioned earlier needing as much water as a small city, just to stop servers melting. Exactly. It highlights the industrial thirst, and these pressures, they're all tangled together. Climate change isn't just warming, it's messing up rainfall. More droughts here, worse floods there.
Destabilizing things.
Completely. Then sea level rise pushes saltwater into coastal aquifers, ruining vital freshwater sources. And pollution is getting trickier. It's not just factory pipes anymore. We've got microplastics everywhere. And those PFAS, the forever chemicals, they often sail right through standard water treatment.
Wow. Okay. Plus, things like agricultural runoff creating those ocean dead zones.
Yes, precisely. And don't forget the energy cost. Cleaning water, pumping it miles, recycling it, it all takes enormous amounts of electricity.
So connecting this back to you, our listener, turning on the tap, what does all this mean?
It means growing scarcity and, honestly, deepening inequality. Right now, 2 billion people lack safe drinking water. That's staggering.
2 billion.
And the forecasts. By 2050, demand could outstrip supply by 40% in many parts of the world. But the really stark thing is the gap. Wealthy countries, they can invest in expensive desalination plants, advanced treatment. Poorer nations and even poorer communities within rich nations, they struggle for the basics. It's not just about if water exists, it's who gets it and who can afford it.
That really sets the stage.
Okay.
If water is renewable, but under this much strain, the big question has to be, how do we manage it better? Smarter, cleaner, fairer.
Exactly. And that's where innovation comes into play.
It's easy to feel a bit overwhelmed by all those challenges, maybe think it's all doom and gloom, but looking back, humanity's actually done some pretty amazing things with water over the last 100 years or so. We've made huge strides.
Oh, absolutely. The progress in the 20th century,
Yeah.
It's a story of quiet triumph we barely notice, but it utterly changed public health. Take disinfection, chlorination, back in the early 1900s. That was revolutionary.
Right, tackling diseases like typhoid, cholera.
Exactly. It massively boosted life expectancy in cities. Then came fluoridation, cutting tooth decay across whole populations. Later, things like ozone and UV treatment gave us even better tools against tougher microbes. And wastewater treatment itself. I mean, we went from basically cesspools to highly advanced secondary, then tertiary treatment. This literally brought dead rivers and lakes back to life. Then membrane technology, reverse osmosis, nanofiltration that became practical, enabling large-scale desalination and high-purity water recycling.
And the engineering. These massive infrastructure projects, giant dams like Hoover. They weren't just about water supply, were they?
No, they provided huge amounts of hydropower, flood control. They reshaped entire regions. Even the pipes themselves improved drastically, moving from leaky wood or iron to durable PVC and HDPE plastic, a much more reliable network underground. Plus, we got smarter about finding leaks before they waste millions of gallons using things like acoustic sensors.
And conservation started becoming a real focus, too.
A huge focus. Think about low-flow toilets and shower heads from the 90s. They made a massive dent in household water use. Smart irrigation and farming, using soil sensors and weather data, that saves billions and billions of gallons every year. And industries began closing the loop, recycling their own processed water instead of just dumping it.
And alongside the tech, there were legal shifts too, right? Like the Clean Water Act in the U.S.
Absolutely critical. The Clean Water Act, the Safe Drinking Water Act, these set standards forced cleanups. They reflected a societal decision that clean water mattered. We even saw international cooperation, like cleaning up the Rhine River.
Okay, so summing that up, sounds like we actually did a remarkable job. Longer lives, cleaner rivers, water is so reliable most of us just expect it.
We did a truly remarkable job, and it's a big, but challenges definitely remain. That infrastructure, while better, is aging. Some pipes are literally over a century old. And pollution keeps evolving. PFAS, microplastics, these are outpacing some of our current treatment tech, and that inequality we talked about. Access, affordability, that persists. So the story isn't failure. It's that our past success maybe made us a bit complacent about how fragile this whole system really is.
That's a really potent point, and it leads us right into what's happening now, the cutting edge of water innovation today.
Yeah, things are moving fast now. In treatment, direct potable reuse, or toilet to tap, as some call it, is becoming real. It involves multiple, very advanced purification stages, making wastewater safe enough to drink. And it's not just theory. Places like Singapore, Orange County in California, Namibia, they're doing it.
Incredible, recycling water to that level.
It is. We're also getting smarter about recovering resources from wastewater, pulling out nitrogen for fertilizer, for instance. And anaerobic digestion, which breaks down sewage sludge, is getting better at producing biogas for energy. Some treatment plants are now actually energy producers.
What about desalination, making fresh water from the sea?
That's evolving too. Traditional reverse osmosis uses a lot of energy. But new membranes, some using materials like graphene, promise to use much less energy and create less problematic brine waste. Pair that with solar power, and seawater desalination starts to look much more sustainable.
I find these decentralized systems really interesting, moving away from just huge central plants.
They're a big part of the picture now. Think on-site gray water recycling in apartment buildings or offices using water from sinks and showers for flushing toilets or watering plants. Or portable containerized treatment units. You can deploy them quickly in disaster zones or remote villages that lack infrastructure. It's about tailoring the solution.
Right, bringing it closer to the need.
Exactly. And then there's all this smart water tech, AI, predictive analytics. These are being used to find leaks before they burst by analyzing pressure data across the network.
Saving potentially huge amounts of water.
Millions of gallons. AI also helps optimize chemical dosing in treatment plants using just enough, not too much. Reduces cost and waste. We're seeing digital twins, virtual replicas of water systems used to simulate floods or pipe breaks to test responses. We're even pulling water from the air. Atmospheric water generators can condense humidity, and simple tech like fog nets in places like Chile capture atmospheric moisture.
Okay, you mentioned AI quite a bit there. It raises this question we hear a lot. AI's own environmental footprint uses a lot of resources, right? Is it actually helping or hurting water overall?
It's definitely complicated, a genuine paradox. You're right, the criticism is valid. Data centers powering AI are huge consumers of electricity and cooling water. One estimate for the U.S. in 2021 was 1.7 billion liters a day, often in dry areas too, which causes local tension.
1.7 billion liters a day. That's enormous.
It is. Beauty. The other side is that AI is also becoming a really powerful tool for saving water elsewhere, like that leak detection analyzing network data to pinpoint hidden leaks saves vast amounts of water. AI optimizes pumps, which are huge energy hogs in water systems, cutting electricity use. It fine-tunes treatment processes. In farming, AI-driven irrigation can slash water use by maybe 30%, even 50%. And AI helps build better climate models to predict droughts and floods, which is crucial for water management.
So it's this constant balance. Does the water and energy AI uses get outweighed by the savings it enables?
That's the multi-billion-dollar question. The early signs are leaning towards yes, if it's deployed thoughtfully and efficiently. It's a tool that consumes, but it can also conserve significantly.
So does this mean we need AI for water management now? Or is it maybe just a nice-to-have, maybe even an unnecessary luxury in some cases?
That's a really important distinction. Do we absolutely need it to provide safe water? No. Humanity managed for centuries without algorithms. Chlorination, good pipes, filtration, those fundamental wins didn't require AI. For, say, a small rural utility, investing in fixing pipes and training staff is probably far more impactful than a complex AI system.
Okay.
But where AI really shines is in complexity and scale. Big cities with thousands of miles of pipes, huge energy bills, massive amounts of data. AI can process that in ways humans just can't, finding efficiencies, predicting problems. And in agriculture, those 30–50% water savings, that's a massive benefit where water is scarce. And for adapting to climate change, its predictive power is really valuable. So it's not essential everywhere, but it's a powerful force multiplier in the right context. It complements good engineering and human expertise.
That clarifies things. Okay, sticking with smart systems, what about the risks? All this interconnected tech must create cybersecurity concerns for our water supplies.
Oh, absolutely. You've landed on a critical and frankly quite worrying issue. The digital heart of most modern water utilities is something called SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition. These systems monitor sensors, control pumps, valves, chemical feeders. Basically, they run the whole show in real time.
The digital backbone.
Precisely. But the vulnerability is that many of these systems, especially older ones still in use, were designed before cybersecurity was a major concern. This opens the door to serious risks. Malicious hacking. Think someone trying to remotely change chemical doses, like adding way too much chlorine or shutting down pumps to cut off water to a city. Ransomware attacks could paralyze operations. Even insider threats are a risk.
Has this actually happened?
Yes. The most famous recent example was in Oldsmar, Florida in 2021. Hackers got into the water plant system and tried to increase the level of sodium hydroxide lye to dangerous levels. Luckily, an operator spotted the change and reversed it immediately, but it was a major wake-up call.
Wow, that's scary. So can AI help defend against these kinds of attacks?
It can play a role, yes. AI is good at pattern recognition. It can monitor network traffic constantly, looking for anomalies or suspicious commands that a human might miss. Machine learning can establish what normal operation looks like for a SCADA system and flag deviations. Potentially, AI could even trigger automated responses, like isolating a part of the network if it detects a breach. But again, it's not magic. Implementing AI securely is complex. It can even create new vulnerabilities if not done right. And many smaller utilities just don't have the budget or expertise for advanced cybersecurity, AI-driven or otherwise.
Given all that, how vital is it for water organizations, especially those serving big cities, to really stay on top of these tech upgrades and the cyber threats?
It's absolutely non-negotiable. Water isn't just important, it's foundational. Society grinds to a halt within days without clean, reliable water. Think about the consequences of a successful cyber attack on a major city's water system. You could have contaminated water, making thousands sick, taps running dry, shutting down hospitals and businesses, fire hydrants useless, even deliberate sewage overflows. The potential for chaos is immense.
So failing to invest in cybersecurity for water is incredibly risky.
It's like leaving the doors to a critical facility wide open. It's that serious. AI can provide better early warnings and defenses, but it needs constant investment, updates, and crucially skilled people overseeing it. It's a blend of tech and human vigilance, because the safety of the water coming out of your kitchen tap now depends not just on pipes and pumps, but increasingly on passwords and firewalls.
This has been a really fascinating and maybe slightly sobering deep dive. We've covered so much ground, from past successes to cutting-edge tech and these critical issues of AI and security.
Yeah, it's a lot to take in. I think the main takeaways are water, while renewable, is under incredible strain from us, basically. Population, industry, climate, pollution. We have made amazing progress historically. Chlorination, treatment plants, better pipes that genuinely saved lives. The next wave of innovation is pushing boundaries. Direct potable reuse, making desalination cheaper and greener, using AI for efficiency, even harvesting water from air. But that challenge of equity, of access for everyone, remains huge. Solutions need to be fair, not just fancy.
And that energy-water link is key, too.
Absolutely. Solving water problems often means solving energy problems, and vice versa. They're tightly linked. And finally, as our water systems get smarter, we have to get smarter about protecting them digitally. Security is fundamental to trust.
So looking ahead, what's the future hold for water and for you listening based on all this?
Well, there are really two paths, aren't there? If we innovate wisely, if we invest, if we focus on equity, our water systems could become much more resilient, efficient, fair. Imagine cities recycling almost all their water, farms growing more food with less water, maybe even water becoming a source of cooperation instead of conflict. But if we fail to act decisively, if we ignore the warning signs, scarcity likely will drive conflict. Climate impacts will overwhelm aging infrastructure, and the gap between the water haves and have-nots will widen. Water will always be this fundamental gift, but also a profound responsibility. The future really hinges on how we choose to manage and share something that seems so simple, yet is endlessly complex and precious.
That's a powerful place to end. It seems the future of water isn't just about brilliant inventions, but about our choices, how we value it, how we protect it, and critically, how we ensure it serves everyone with dignity and justice. Something for all of us to think about. What role will you play in valuing and protecting this essential resource?